Is your dog feeling angry? Understanding their emotions can be a challenge, but it's crucial for keeping your furry friend happy and healthy. In this video, we'll reveal 10 surprising signs that your dog might be angry. You won't believe what to look out for, especially the shocking sign at number 7. Stay tuned to learn how to decode your dog's behavior and ensure they feel safe and loved. 1. Growling and barking more than usual. Dogs use growling and barking as their main forms of communication. It's normal for dogs to bark when they're excited, want attention, or see something unfamiliar. However, when a typically quiet dog starts growling or barking excessively, it can be a sign of anger, frustration, or discomfort. The type of bark or growl your dog uses matters. High-pitched, playful barks can often be dismissed, but deep, repetitive growls or loud, prolonged barking might signal that your dog is upset. Understanding the context in which your dog is growling or barking can help you figure out what's wrong. For instance, if your dog is growling while eating or guarding a toy, they may be feeling possessive or threatened. This is called resource guarding, and it can indicate that your dog feels anxious or fearful that their possession is in danger. On the other hand, if your dog is barking at the door, it might be because they're nervous about a stranger or another dog in the area. You can help calm your dog by removing the source of their frustration or by redirecting their attention to something more positive. If your dog is growling at another dog or person, try creating distance between them and see if they settle down. It's important not to punish your dog for growling, as this is their way of communicating discomfort. Instead, acknowledge the growl and try to change the situation to make your dog feel more comfortable. 2. Sudden destructive behavior. Dogs are naturally curious creatures. Chewing and exploring their surroundings through play is normal, especially for puppies. However, if your adult dog suddenly starts engaging in destructive behaviors like chewing furniture, tearing up pillows, or destroying shoes, it may be a sign of frustration, boredom, or even anger. Destructive behavior often stems from emotional or mental distress, and it can escalate if left unchecked. One of the most common reasons dogs act out destructively is due to a lack of physical or mental stimulation. Dogs that don't get enough exercise or playtime may become restless and release that pent-up energy by chewing or destroying items in the house. Similarly, dogs that are left alone for long periods can become bored or anxious, leading to destructive behavior as a way to cope with their emotions. Emotional distress, such as separation anxiety, can also cause your dog to act out. If your dog is prone to separation anxiety, they may start to chew or tear things apart shortly after you leave the house. This destructive behavior is often a cry for attention or a way to soothe their anxiety while they are left alone. 3. Avoiding eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful form of communication for dogs. Many dogs naturally make eye contact with their owners to seek attention, express affection, or convey a sense of trust. However, if your dog suddenly starts avoiding eye contact, it can be a sign that something is wrong. Avoiding eye contact is a common way for dogs to show that they are feeling uncomfortable, anxious, or even angry. When a dog is upset or nervous, they might look away from you to avoid confrontation. In the animal world, direct eye contact can be seen as a challenge or threat, so by avoiding your gaze, your dog may be trying to signal that they are feeling stressed and want to avoid a conflict. This can happen if your dog feels scared, overwhelmed, or frustrated by a situation. 4. Tail position and movement. Your dog's tail is one of the most expressive parts of their body. It can tell you a lot about how they're feeling, from excitement to fear to anger. When a dog is happy, their tail is usually relaxed or wagging in a wide, sweeping motion. But when a dog is angry or upset, their tail position and movement can change dramatically. One of the most common signs of an angry or frustrated dog is a stiff, low-held tail. If your dog's tail is rigid and held down or even tucked between their legs, it can be a sign that they are feeling threatened or angry. This tail position is often accompanied by other signs of tension, such as a stiff body posture or a furrowed brow. 5. Ears pinned back. A dog's ears are another key indicator of their emotional state. When a dog is feeling happy and relaxed, their ears will typically be in a neutral position, either standing upright or relaxed, depending on the breed. However, when a dog is angry, scared, or uncomfortable, their ears may become pinned back against their head. Pinned back ears are often a sign that your dog is feeling stressed or upset. This behavior is usually accompanied by other signs of distress, such as growling, avoiding eye contact, or a stiff body posture. When a dog pins their ears back, it's a signal that they are feeling threatened and may be preparing to defend themselves if necessary. It's important to note that not all dogs will pin their ears back in the same way. Some breeds, such as those with floppy ears, may have more subtle ear movements, while dogs with upright ears may show a more dramatic change. Regardless of the breed, if you notice that your dog's ears are flat against their head, it's a sign that they are not feeling comfortable in their current situation. 6. Showing teeth without playfulness. Dogs often show their teeth during play, especially when they're engaging in roughhousing with other dogs or their owners. In this context, bared teeth are usually accompanied by wagging tails, playful growls, and relaxed body language. However, if your dog is showing their teeth in a non-playful situation, it's a serious warning sign that they may be feeling angry or threatened. When a dog shows their teeth outside of play, it's often a sign that they are trying to protect themselves or their territory. This behavior is usually accompanied by other warning signs, such as growling, stiff body posture, and pinned back ears. In these cases, your dog is telling you that they are uncomfortable and may bite if pushed further. It's important to respect this warning and give your dog space if they are showing their teeth in a non-playful way. Pushing your dog to interact when they are already feeling threatened can escalate the situation and lead to aggressive behavior. Instead, try to remove the source of their discomfort and give them time to calm down. 7. Stiff or tense body language. One of the most telling signs of a dog's emotional state is their body language. Dogs often use their bodies to communicate how they are feeling, and if your dog is exhibiting stiff or tense body language, it's a clear indication that something is wrong. While dogs are naturally expressive with their movements when they're happy, relaxed, or playful, a dog that suddenly becomes stiff or tense may be feeling angry, threatened, or uncomfortable. Stiffness in a dog's body can manifest in several ways. They might hold their legs rigid, keep their head low, or freeze in place, as if they're bracing for something to happen. This is often referred to as posturing, and it's a defensive mechanism that dogs use to prepare for possible confrontation or to communicate that they're not comfortable with the situation. It's a clear signal that your dog is on high alert and may not be receptive to interaction. In many cases, stiff body language occurs when a dog feels cornered or trapped. They might feel threatened by another dog, person, or even a specific situation. For example, dogs that are uncomfortable in crowded spaces or loud environments may tense up as a way to protect themselves. Similarly, if your dog is in a new or unfamiliar environment, they might display stiff body language until they feel more secure. 8. Excessive panting without exercise. Panting is a normal and healthy behavior for dogs, especially after exercise or in warm weather. Dogs pant to cool down and regulate their body temperature, as they don't sweat the way humans do. However, if your dog is panting excessively without having exercised or without being in a hot environment, it may be a sign that they are feeling stressed, anxious, or even angry. Excessive panting is often linked to emotional distress in dogs. When a dog is upset or anxious, their body's natural response is to pant as a way to release tension. This type of panting is different from the panting you would see after physical exertion. It tends to be faster and more shallow, indicating that your dog is not panting due to heat or exercise, but rather as a result of their emotional state. Panting due to stress can occur in a variety of situations. For example, dogs that are scared of thunderstorms or fireworks might start panting excessively even though they haven't been physically active. Similarly, dogs that are feeling anxious about a trip to the vet or being left alone may start panting as a way to cope with their emotions. 9. Snapping or nipping. While dogs may use their mouths to explore the world, snapping or nipping is not normal behavior for a well-adjusted dog. If your dog begins to snap or nip at you, another person, or other pets, it's a clear sign that they are feeling angry or threatened. This behavior is often a precursor to more serious aggression, so it's important to address it early before it escalates. Dogs may snap or nip when they feel cornered, scared, or frustrated. It's their way of saying, "Back off," and is often a warning before they resort to biting. This behavior is common in dogs that feel overwhelmed or anxious in a particular situation. For example, a dog that is feeling trapped by another dog or person might snap to create space and avoid further conflict. Training is key in addressing snapping or nipping. Teaching your dog commands such as "leave it" or "back off" can help them understand boundaries and prevent these behaviors from escalating. Positive reinforcement is also important. Rewarding your dog for calm and appropriate behavior helps them associate good actions with positive outcomes. 10. Changes in appetite or sleep patterns. Changes in your dog's appetite or sleep patterns can be subtle signs that something is wrong emotionally or physically. Just like humans, dogs may lose their appetite or have trouble sleeping when they are feeling stressed, anxious, or angry. These changes in behavior are often overlooked, but they can provide valuable clues about your dog's mental and emotional state. A sudden loss of appetite is one of the most common signs of stress in dogs. If your dog is usually excited about mealtime but suddenly seems disinterested in food, it could be a sign that they are feeling upset or uncomfortable. Dogs that are angry or anxious may refuse to eat because they are too distracted or unsettled to focus on food. This is especially true if your dog is in a new or unfamiliar environment, such as after a move or during a vacation. Similarly, changes in sleep patterns can indicate emotional distress. Dogs that are angry, anxious, or stressed may have difficulty relaxing enough to fall asleep. They may pace around, have trouble settling down, or wake up frequently during the night. On the other hand, some dogs may sleep more than usual as a way to cope with their emotions. If your dog is sleeping excessively, it could be a sign that they are feeling overwhelmed and are using sleep as a form of escape.